Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since my last proper plan with me, and I'm very excited to go ahead and show you my quarterly Hobonichi Weeks and how I set up my pages. Once again, this is a functional plan with me, so there will be very few, and for this video there's no stickers at all. It's just layout and rulers and pens. But I do have this DIY, well, not DIY, but it was a pencil board made by one of the local shops, Paper Dolls Co. And this is my bare pencil case, and now we are ready to start. So once again, this is my 2023, or I don't think I've mentioned it, it's my 2023 spring to 2024 Hobonichi Weeks. So Hobonichi, if you don't know already, does have a release, another release, but a very small one in February. So it's going to be another Hobonichi Day. It's Hobonichi Spring Day in Feb 1, and they have Hobonichi Weeks that would start in April or end of March and will go all the way through the next year. So I'm very excited for that because this one is one of those, and I will be getting myself another spring one because if you haven't seen my last video, or maybe the video before that, I am using my Hobonichi quarterly. So this is book number 1. So going back to the plan with me, I've done quite a few things already. Don't worry, I will be explaining that in the page anatomy, which I think a lot of people really love that section of my videos. So here I'm just using a bunch of mild liners and this unbranded, I think that's Daiso, highlighter, and I've made several rows, no, not rows, but columns. And now let's go ahead and focus on the right page. So here I wrote down the days of the week. So I made 6 little sections on the right page, and it stands for each day of the week. So here I'm also using the pencil board to lay the paper flat because it's very thin, and sometimes when I write on it towards the edge it lifts and it doesn't give you a very good handwriting. So that is just a tip for all of you. And now we're going to go back into each of the little highlighted portions, and I am writing the hours from 9 through I think 3 o'clock in the morning. Now this is just going to cover the work hours, so it's not really a whole day kind of tracking, but most of the time my day starts around 9 o'clock. Anything before that is just not gonna happen, or if it does happen, it's a very difficult day. So here I'm dividing the 6th section into 2. You get 3 and 3 each. And now let's go ahead and give our left page some headers. So I have morning, afternoon, and evening. I'm using just the Sarasa 0.3 in black, and this is one of my favorite pens, and you have seen this so many times, and actually this one is my 3rd one since I started using it. Okay, the other one is blue, so it should count or maybe not. And this is the pages that we made for today. And now we're going into the empty pages that are at the beginning of this book, because I'm already using the ones at the back near the notes pages, and we are going to be using these 2 tools. So first what I'm going to do is fold the page. So now we have just the grid showing up, and in this folded portion I'm going to take my glue tape runner, and before that I'm putting the pencil board down so that it's completely flat, because it's gonna be a problem if it's not. And once that's down, I'm just going to glue it together so that I have a little flap. So this is very similar to what I did in the last week, which I have yet to show you. Well, I didn't show you or film it because I'm still trying to get used to this. And now we have 3 portions on, or 3 sections on the left page. And now this is the Midori cream corrector tape, or correction tape, and I am just hiding all the numbers that are, I think this is middle of the year of last year, and I'm writing down the dates. I did write down the dates wrong towards the weekend, but don't worry, I will fix that in real life. So here I'm writing down January. I should write it down February as well, because this week is the last week of January and the first week of February. Here I am putting down my headers, which is project and class. And now we're ready for our fountain pen. This is a Lamy Safari, and I will be using the Ferris Wheel Press Aurorealis, and this will be released on the 2nd of February. This is a purple based ink with a whole lot of shimmer. If you like little glitters in your ink, this is the ink for you. It has a very good color payoff. It doesn't show very well in this video, as I've had to color correct quite a lot, because I was filming this in the afternoon and the light was turning blue, so that may be why. But later on you will see a little bit more color once I've written a lot of things on this page. So for the flap, I have a this week header, and below that I wrote the whole month of January, and under that I have focus, which are my top 3 things for the week. I just write down focus here. So I will be checking that off if I have done any of those, and then under that I have a week at a glance. So you see here how it shimmers with the light. So I really love this ink. This is a special or limited edition, so if you would like your hands on, or get your hands on this ink, make sure to check out 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒅𝒆𝒐.com, but you don't have to if you don't want to or need it. So I have a little bit of space at the bottom, so I've taken this washi tape from 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒅𝒆𝒐. I also have a discount code for her. It is, I think, 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒅𝒐. I will write it down on the description down below as well, if I do have discount codes, and if you would like any of these things to get them at a discount, because we really like discounts. Well, at least I do. So here I have the whole week at a glance, and I'm actually using that invisible line, but I'll show you that later. So this is the second ink. It's called the Sherry Sonata. This has absolutely no shimmer, so if you don't like shimmer, this is something to look into. If you don't have an ink that is wine colored, it's leaning a little magenta, I have to say, but I really like pink, and I also love purple, so all of this is just a nice combination for me. So here I'm writing down events of the week so that I could just see it at a glance, and I've divided it into work and then home on the right, and at the bottom I have next week. So at the back of the flap I'm writing down a header, and that is tasks, and then I'm just writing down all of the tasks that are in my head but needs to be written down so I don't forget any of them. And because I've written this down, I now have a clear idea of what I need to schedule. So there may be some repeats if you read what I've written. That is because most of the time I use the tasks list, and then I go into it and then schedule the tasks that needs to be scheduled. So in that section I have home life, and that is about 2 boxes after the invisible line, or that line that we have on the paper. And here I'm just writing down events that I am excited about, that is about life or about home, and I'm writing down here Hobonichi Day. I'm very excited about Hobonichi Day 2024 spring, because there's quite a lot of things that I wanted to get, and this is a planned purchase, so I have budgeted for this already. And now let's get into page anatomy. Now, a lot of you I know really love this segment of the video because it shows you how I'm going to be using the layout of the week. I do change my layouts quite often, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel. So for the weekly supplement, on the left page, we have project targets for the first column, followed by the teaching targets, so I do teach, and then on the flap, which is going to be our sidebar, the front, we have the calendar, the weekly focus, and the double week at a glance. And then at the very bottom, we have, of course, the next week, because it's not a Paper Joy video without a next week at the bottom. And now let's move on to the right page for the flap, which is the sidebar. So the back of it, I have a running task list, so there is going to be duplicates as soon as I'm able to schedule them. And then I have home and life events, and then I have a big space for my notes. I do love taking notes throughout the week. Every day sometimes I would write a little something down so that I do not forget anything. And now that is done, I'm just putting down my pencil board. We are moving into the main pages. So we have the left page as general schedule, while the right page is a timed schedule. So this is a scheduler. So for the left page, we have morning, afternoon, and evening, and because there's no grid, it's a great place for stickers. And on the right side, we have the daily theme section, which is a great place for time blocking should you be needing it. And that is it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want some more planning videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.